What's going on, guys? This is Bobby Douglas. Welcome to another 2020 NBA Draft Prospect full game video breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at Kenyon Martin Jr. I was supposed to get this video out yesterday, but some things came up, so I couldn't really film. So today we're doing it a little bit earlier than expect Ayo Dosunmu later tonight. But anyway, so Kenyon Martin Jr., this is a game from his post-grad season at IMG Academy. He's taking on Hargrave Military Academy, and he's going to pretty much dominate this game. He finishes with 34 points and 16 rebounds. I managed to find the stats after scouring the internet for some semblance of a box score for this game, and I finally found one thanks to some columnists in California, so thank you to that guy. But again, these prep schools are very tight-lipped about their stats. They don't like putting them out. So I was lucky enough to find some stats for this game, and so he does have a pretty good game. Plays 38 minutes in this one, and IMG is going to beat Hargrave 195. So I'm excited to get into this game. As you can see, he's going to be number 4 in the white, so I'll circle him right here. He's taking the tip-off, and yeah, let's get right to it. I'm excited for this one, and let's go. And so you can see he won the tip-off. And again, the thing with Kenyon Martin Jr. is that he's extremely raw, but the athletic ability for the NBA is certainly there. He's a very high flyer. You know, moves his feet pretty well, but just offensively, he just needs a lot of skill work, I would say. Not the most consistent shooter. You can see right there, just a little busted up alley-oop play. Not on him though, but but there's just a lot of skill work that needs to be developed, I would say. He's probably a project in the G League for his first few seasons. If I had to guess, right there, you see the travel. And again, he's 6'7", and his primary position is power forward, so he definitely needs to get an outside shot because he does have the frame of a small forward, but he does usually play up a size just because of that rawness that I mentioned earlier. And in IMG's case, I think he's the tallest starter on this team, so he will be playing a lot of center, which, I mean, it could work for a little bit in the NBA, but I think at 6'7", he's a little bit too small to be doing that. A lot of his points will come off of just drop-off dunks that he'll get. Right there, let's see what he does here. And again, could have gone up for that block, but decided not to. He is, again, a high flyer. He can get some show-stopping blocks and dunks. He'll probably be in a dunk contest if he's able to stick in the NBA. You can see him right there. Looks like we got a foul. But again, this doesn't really look super comfortable with the ball in his hands, dribbling up the floor. He's not really there yet in his development. Some of his stats from his AAU days with the Oakland Soldiers. I'm just going to list some of them off. So he was a 57.1% field goal shooter, which is pretty good. But his three-point percentage was 14.3, free throws 62.8. So, again, extremely raw. You're going to really need to work on his shot and his development in the G League, I would say. So, but again, he's an intriguing prospect nonetheless. Right now, I'd probably have him outside my top 60 if I had to guess, even though he's currently around 47 on my big board. But after watching some of these other guys, I'd probably move him down a few spots. Looks like we got a foul here, so it's going to be IMG ball. And obviously we know who his dad is, number 1 overall pick in 2000. Played at Cincinnati, had a really nice college career. Kenyon Martin Jr. actually played, we got free throws here, so I'll skip these, but Kenyon Martin Jr. actually was committed to Vanderbilt. He went to Sierra Canyon for high school. Committed to Vanderbilt. I think he was a 3-star recruit per 247. And, you know, he decided not to attend Vanderbilt and instead decided to try and go this IMG to NBA route. Right there, pretty solid contest from him off the pull-up jump shot. And we'll see him right here. So, again, he's going to pull up for 2, and he's going to knock that one down. Again, the shot doesn't look horrible, but just the consistency, just a little bit more ironing out on the form, I would say. His wrists look a little bit narrow. It looks like it's almost a push shot. But, again, I do think he has some semblance of touch. So I don't think it's a totally lost cause, but I would like to see a little bit more improvement before I'm willing to draft him in the mid-second round. And you can see right here, he's guarding a bigger guy. IMG team's pretty small. Let's see how he does here. Pretty nice job defending right there, I will say. Good job keeping his hands up. That's a tough position to be in if you're Kenyon Martin Jr., but Again, nice job keeping his hands up. Kind of trying to wall off the basket, but he just couldn't really get it full. And it led to the layup. But, again, yeah, he was committed to Vanderbilt, was a 3-star recruit. So, again, this wasn't supposed to be a guy necessarily who would be a one-and-done. So it was kind of unprecedented when he decided to bypass the college route and try and go to the NBA straight out of prep school. And here's a rebound. It looks like he's going to pass it ahead, and it's going to be should have been a finish. But, again, that's a nice little pass from Martin, I would say. And right here, that's pretty solid defense. Again, really good at putting his hands up, trying to avoid contact. Here we got the jump ball. A little bit feisty right there. And here's a replay, and then there's the shot again. And you can see it looks like he's shooting it a little bit in front of his forehead. Somewhat of a low release, I would say. It takes him a while to get into it, I would say. But I think there is a little bit of hope there, but I'm not really buying that at the moment. Just given his overall stats with the Oakland Soldiers. Yeah, another jump ball. It's going to be IMG ball here. So right there, they can't even get the press out, but it's going to be a foul on Hargrave. So here's Martin. Again, he's going to take that three. He's going to miss it pretty badly. And you can see it takes him a while to get into his shot for a 6'7" guy. I mean, I would like to see a little bit more fluidity. The release kind of looks a little bit narrow. Looks more like a set shot. But it looks like he gets a decent flick on the wrist on it. It's just, a matter of just kind of ironing that out. Here he is on the weak side. That's not great awareness from him. And so Martin's trailing the play right now. He hasn't really gotten back, and now he's on the perimeter. I'd like to see a little bit more hustle, but again, these post-grad games don't tend to be the most competitive in terms of defense, and he wanted to bury that guy right there. Again, he's an explosive leaper. Again, he can finish with both hands, as you saw right there. He did go up with his left hand, so that's pretty encouraging. So if you just put him around the rim, make him a small ball 5, I think he could maybe work in the NBA, but again, you have to trust him to guard 5s, which I'm not really sure if you could, or if you get like a 6'10 shooter who can maybe take the 5, and then you play Martin at the 5 on offense and then have him guarding 3s and 4s on defense. I think that maybe could work as well. So again, you're going to see this replay right here, and yeah, again, he almost tried to just shove it down, but couldn't really get it. And I'll skip these free throws right here. So again, you can see him a little bit using the press break. You can see he's in help right now. I would like to see him a little bit more engaged off the ball. So you can see he's kind of just half-assing it around darting around between players to guard, and doesn't really look that super interested in defending the weak side. And he's on the left wing right now. Looks like it's just going to be a layup. Got foul and 1 here. There's a miss. Looks like we're going to get the ball to Nope, this guy's just going to take up the floor. Martin's on the left wing right now. Again, it's a lot of one-on-one action. It's pretty up and down, which is fun to watch at times. And again, Martin Jr. can really just get up with the best of them in this class. Would like to see him a little bit more engaged off the ball. Right there, he let his man slip behind him for a rebound opportunity. Luckily for him, the ball came right to him. That's a nice little pass that he did display right there. A good open court vision from Martin. It looked like a little left-handed flick pass to the wing, and it's going to be an open three, I believe. So that was a nice little play from Martin, I would say. And again, just the skill work is really just going to be the deciding factor in his NBA career and how long it lasts. Right there, probably could have shown a little bit more engagement on the ball. A little bit slow-footed, but that's a quicker guard. And that's a shot where I'm not a huge fan of. Again, I do like that he went with the left hand, but listen, I mean, if you're that athletic and that strong, just get to the rim and finish. And, he did a nice job of being relentless and getting the ball back. And it's going to be 2 free throws for him. But, again, I don't really like that floater. Again, he doesn't have great touch on the perimeter. And you can see him right here, just a little bit slow. Overall, he did a nice job recovering and contesting. But just a little bit slow to react, I would say. And here he is going to shoot 2 free throws. Remember, he was around a 63% shooter based on his AAU stats. I'm not sure how reflective they are of his time at IMG, just because it's a very difficult process to try and find these stats. They don't publish them anywhere. Right there, he made that one. And we got another one right here. Yeah, so you can see the release is a little bit low for my liking. Again, a little bit narrow. Like to see him in a better stance defensively, I would say. Yeah, that's a good rotation. And so, yeah, good effort right there. Quick hands. Let's see what he does here. And that's a very unorthodox finish. Again, with that left hand, so I do enjoy that in his game because he does shoot it right-handed. So, again, he does show a pretty decently good job finishing with his left hand, I would say. It's just, I like that he's willing to go there. And then you saw the dribbling in transition. Again, he does have that kind of open court breakaway speed, as we saw on that play. Looks like the basket's not going to count. But he does have that, just that uber athleticism that the NBA does like. It's just a matter of just being less raw in the skill department, I would say. And we got Kenyon Martin Jr. is going to go out for like 5 minutes right here, so I'll skip ahead to 18-13 when he comes back in. Here we go. So he's going to be in the left corner right now. Yeah, short corner. Not really in the frame right now. You can see his defender. It's on the block. Going to get a cross screen. Looking for a post touch, it looks like, but they can't really get it to him. Probably could have gotten it to him, but they decided not to. And probably get travel. Yeah. So you can see him in drop coverage and pick and roll right there. That's really good. That's a really good defensive slide from Martin. I do like that he picked up the handler on that pick and roll on the switch. And he did do a nice job contesting that shot. It was just a nice finish as well. Again, another really nice pass from Martin. Let's see if he hits that shot. He won't, but that's a really nice pass. He does show a little bit of affinity for making that cross-court pass with his left hand to the weak side corner, or to the weak side right corner. And he's made that twice so far. Both times it's been pretty on the money. So I do think he has pretty good open court vision. When the floor is spaced, he's good at picking apart defenses. And again, that driving ability should open up things. So if he gets a little bit more tight with his handle in the half court, I think he could be a pretty decent passer in the short roll. And again, 6'7", he is kind of that ideal size and athlete for that tweener position at the center where you can run him out of pick and roll, have him be a passer and distributor in the short roll, things like that. So I do think he could develop into something like that. Obviously, he needs a lot of work, and this is going to be a multi-year project, I would say. But there is a little bit of intrigue in his game with regard to his distributing ability, I would say. And again, all this is pretty much moot if he doesn't become at least a capable outside shooter, because at 6'7", you can't be a 14% three-point shooter and expect to make it on an NBA floor in today's game. So he definitely needs to improve on that. And you can see they switched. Again, pretty nice job using his length to kind of contest that shot. You can see he's not the quickest athlete when he's guarding smaller players, but he can use that length and explosive leaping ability to contest shots at the rim. So I do think he's a pretty viable switching option in the NBA. I think he could probably guard 1 through 4 in spots. Obviously, his ideal position to guard would be a 3. But I think there is legitimate switching potential with him. And you can see it's just a full-on sprint every single time down the floor because Hargrave keeps full court pressing. It's a nice finish. So here's Martin on the switch. Looks like they just switched it again. So again, nice job moving his feet right there, just kind of reading the defense. Let's see what he does here. Ooh. Oh, he's got to finish that. Oh, that's a shame. It's a shame. Just maybe hung in the air for a little bit too long, and now it's just another. Here we go. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, okay. So there's the explosive leaping ability, as I mentioned before. He probably should have finished that layup, but whatever. But again, these post-grad games are pretty fun to watch just because they're very up and down. A lot of highlight dunks and blocks. And so it is pretty fun to watch them. Let's see this dunk again right here. And so again, this is basically just a runway. Not his most impressive finish, I would say, but still pretty good. So you can see Martin's on the weak side right now. Probably turned around the wrong way, but good job staying in front of his man and recovering out into the corner. It's a nice Euro. Can't really get it to go. And again, that's where Martin Jr. really needs to be back on defense because he was the last man back for IMG, and you can see they're going to call timeout right here. He was the last man back for IMG, and he really needs to, the second that shot goes up, he needs to be sprinting back, especially if he sees that Hargrave player moving back towards the other side of the court. Martin Jr. needs to be sprinting back and getting that. That's just like a lack of awareness and a lack of effort, really. So I will skip ahead, and I think we have, yeah, here we go. We got out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be Hargrave ball. Yeah. So Martin's on that block right now guarding on that perimeter. And again, IMG does run him as a small ball 5 just because he is probably one of the tallest players on the floor. And again, he doesn't really have that affinity for shooting just yet, so it probably makes a lot of sense to play him as a 6'7" center, and at this level of basketball. And here we go. Would like to see IMG run a little bit more pick and roll with him. Just have him getting a full steam ahead in the half court towards the basket on that roll, because I do think he has the explosiveness to finish over guys at the rim if he gets a little bit of a runway. And obviously, we've seen a few flashes of his distributing ability as well. We got another foul here. I'll skip this. That should have been a foul. That will be a foul. Oh, that's Kenyon Martin Sr. There he is. Watching his son play. Don't know how I feel about that shot for Hargrave, but went in. So here's Martin top of the key. And here we go. Pick and roll right here. That should have been an offensive foul. Yeah. That's just, got to do better than that. Can't really have that off arm kind of extending into his man. And again, I think number 10 did a nice job just kind of selling that a little bit. But, he just got to be a little bit more aware in that situation. Whoa. Okay, here we go. So now it's a fast break for IMG. Let's see what happens here. That's going to be a block. Ooh, okay. So I'll skip these free throws. So Martin Jr. got the steal. Nice look-ahead pass. Easy finish for IMG. So here he is on the ball. And right there, he just kind of got crossed over. Again, that's just not a disciplined closeout, really. If he's has short steps, choppy feet there with his hands up, I think he could probably make a better effort on the ball. But you saw right there, he was just kind of lackadaisically sliding into position, and his man just kind of cooked him off the bounce. And so we got a free throw right here. Let's get that rebound right there. Got a look-ahead pass. We got another foul. Here he's on the ball again. Again, he is guarding smaller players primarily, from what I've seen. He did have a little bit of run against that big guy in the middle right there for Hargrave. He's done a better job on him than I think the smaller players thus far. But again, just a little bit more fine-tuning in terms of his overall skill and technique. I think he could be a pretty solid NBA defender. Got a timeout here. There we go. So again, right there, just lazy. I don't know if it's lazy, just more unaware. He saw his man lifting up, and he just didn't follow him. I don't know if IMG was trying to run some sort of matchup zone or something there, but Again, usually when your man lifts up, you want to follow him out there. And again, it did give up a wide open three. He just missed a shot. But again, he just needs to be a little bit more aware defensively, I would say, in that situation. That's going to be a foul. Yeah. So he was on the opposite wing and got another foul. This is turning into a major foul fest right now. Both teams were into double bonus, and it's basically a foul every time down the floor. Again, you can see him right there in the dunker spot at 6'7", and they're trying to front him in the post. So IMG just switched that DHO. And so Martin's in the corner guarding. Probably could have came up with that rebound a little bit more, but tough bounce on the rim as well. Got another foul and one as well. Again, it seems like every single possession is a foul. Here's KMJ on the ball. Right there, probably could have used a little bit better positioning. Good contest, though. So, yeah, he wasn't really aware of where his man was, so he was kind of cutting off the wrong pass. And there's going to be a foul, yeah. Martin got that rebound. And here comes IMG. It's going to be a block, yeah. How many possessions in a row has there been a foul leading to free throws? This is kind of getting ridiculous. So Martin's on the perimeter. Nice job kind of staying in front. And you can see him right here. Again, that's just a really, really good play from Martin. Right there. Moved his feet well. And again, the three went in. But moved his feet well. And here comes KMJ on the fast break. And there's going to be a whole lot of action going on right now. But again, moved his feet really well. Saw the reverse coming. Timed it up perfectly. Got this absolute thunderous block. And yeah, again, he doesn't need to be the quickest guy because he does have that explosive verticality that allows him to really contest shots at the rim while being a step behind. And you saw a perfect example of that right there. Whoa. And so Martin right there just did another really nice advanced pass out to his teammate. We got the final 25 seconds of the first half right now. And that's going to do it for the first half. So I will pause the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We saw a lot of interesting plays from Kenyon Martin Jr. Again, these post-grad games are just very up and down. It's basically like a 20-minute sprint for these guys. So a lot of fouls. You could see the level of play kind of collapse towards the end of the first half. I think these guys were pretty tired. So hopefully in the second half they come back with a lot more discipline defensively. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you for the second half right after this one is finished uploading. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thanks for watching.